Good morning, afternoon, evening. How do we view diversity? We view diversity within inclusive education. Inclusion is about acting on diversity. Acknowledging diversity is a very good starting point, but by no means enough. Because within diversity, there may be oppression or discrimination. So teacher intervention is crucial. Inclusive policies, practices and procedures remove barriers that limit or exclude some learners. And they do so not by focusing on the excluded, but by focusing on the whole class. For example, it's about planning for all learners rather than for most and then thinking of something extra for some. It's about choosing the right texts to address topics that matter. It's about choosing the right strategies to make sure that every learner is on board. When this happens, we learn to dissenter. We learn to empathize, to challenge our views, to accept ambiguities. We learn to cater for the needs of others, like silenced voices, the underprivileged, learners with functional diversity. We learn to construct or reconstruct gender and sexuality identities and challenge heteronormativity. We learn to focus on people's strengths as well as on their weaknesses. So, inclusion is about asking ourselves what we do on a daily basis to mitigate abuse, exclusion, lack of equity. And yes, it is a lot more work for us teachers, but can we afford not to include and perpetuate the status quo? Can we afford not to include, knowing that inclusion is the enactment of democracy and social justice?